What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk about these little suckers. These are the Achedaway cuppers. Alright guys, so Achedaway did send over these units for me to do a review of, but we had no prior agreement whether to do a positive or negative review. This is my own thoughts on these products. And if you guys don't know me, I am Jeremy. I do a ton of running content. I also do a lot of fitness reviews on my channel. So if you like that kind of stuff, go ahead and hit the subscribe button right now. So what are these things? These are cupping machines. So you probably saw them from Ryan Phelps when he was in the Olympics. He had all those little bruise marks, those circular bruise marks all up and down his body, on his shoulders, everywhere. In fact, I have one of them on me right now. See that little red mark? That is from these cupping machines. And what is cupping? Well, cupping has been around for a long time now. The Chinese used it, Mediterranean people used it. All different kind of cultures use cupping in the treatment of all different kind of ailments. And actually back in the day, they used to use horns, they used to use bamboo, they used a lot of different things. You probably see them use a glass bulb with fire, and they would do that to suck up the skin, suck up the muscle into that glass jar. That's how, you know, the traditional way of doing it. And there's also two different ways of cupping. There's wet cupping and there's dry cupping. So these are dry cupping. Wet cupping would actually be like if you saw this bruise on me right here, what they would do is put little micro cuts inside of it and then put the cup on top of it, so it would actually suck out some of that fluid out of your body. So that's a little bit extra for me. I just like the dry cupping. All right, so how do these cupping machines treat you? Well, it does do two different ways. I already talked about cupping, and it also does it by red light. So you can see right there, well, if it's actually on you, it'll turn to red. So once it is on you, once it starts its sucking motion, it's going to turn to red, and that's the red light therapy. And basically both of those things, red light therapy and suction, the benefits of them aren't really medically backed up. So it could just be a placebo effect or whatever, but at the end of the day, for me, if something feels good and it feels like it's working, I'm gonna use it. So it can do a lot of things. Like for cupping, they say it treats migraines, they say it treats psoriasis, they say it treats arthritis, all these little things. Same thing, red light therapy. They say it treats a lot of different things, acne, a lot of the same things that the cupping does. So I don't know if it actually does do anything, but I do know that I did have a hip injury and back injury, and I was using this pretty much every day, and I got a little bit better. So that probably is most likely due to time, probably not to these cupping machines, but these things did feel good. So we'll talk about how this works and what's different about this. Why does this look different from all the other cupping machines that you've seen like on Amazon or whatever? Because I was interested in cupping technology. My friends had got some off of Amazon. Basically, you can get them for like $20 or $30, and it comes with a bunch of different cups, and you use a little pump to get that suction effect into the cup, so it will pull your skin, pull everything up. And speaking of that, the way that this works, the cupping, it works by almost like a reverse massage, because a massage is when you are digging in, right? So you're digging in. This is more of a massage where you're pulling out the muscle, pulling out the fascia instead of pressing into it. So that's how it treats you. That's how they say it treats you. Again, there's not a lot of science behind it, but that's what they say. So how does this work? So what you would do is press this top button over here and then stick it on wherever body part you want. So you can stick it on your shoulder and it'll start the suction right there. So right there, I will start the treatment. So you can see there's the red light treatment as well. And you can hear the pump oscillating, right? So it's basically increasing the pressure ever so slightly and then decreasing it and then increasing again and decreasing it. That's one of the modes. There's a bunch of different modes. So if I press this button over here, the mode button, it's gonna change. Let's just put on one at one time. It'll change the way that it treats you. So right now it's just kind of increasing very slowly, and then it'll release. And then it'll go a fast one. So that's mode number 2. You also have mode number 3. This is gonna be like an even longer, where it'll just increase to a certain pressure and then let go. So I think that the 4th mode will just stick there like the traditional way that you're used to whenever you are getting cupped at a massage therapist or whatever. So let's go ahead and take that off. And I'll probably have a nice red mark right there. And I've noticed on my shoulders or on my back, the red marks will be pretty pronounced. If I have it on my hip or on my legs, it's not that crazy. Like it was only there for you know, less than a minute, and you can see how red it is. That's one of the negatives about this, is that you will have all these little bruises all over you, because it is causing a bruise, breaking those blood vessels, causing this little hematoma over here. And you would think that it does hurt, and while it does hurt a little bit, it's more of a pinching effect. So initially, if you have it on, especially if you don't put any lotion on, it's gonna pull at that skin initially and cause a little pinching effect. But once it is on there, it feels pretty good. It's not anything too crazy. In fact, I've gotten used to it. I started putting it on different levels. So if you press the red button over here, you can turn it all the way up to level 5. So it does have 5 different levels, and that's going to just increase the pressure, going to bring more skin into the little cup over here. So speaking of the cup, this is a cup over here, right there, and this is the brains of the unit over here. So it does come with 3 different filters, because when it is sucking the air through there and you have lotion or whatever, it will filter out whatever's in air, so you will need to change these. I don't know how often you need to change them. I'm assuming when it gets dirty, that's when you change it. So yeah, like I said earlier, I did have some hip pain, and I was putting it all over my hip using them, and it felt good. It kind of distracted me from the pain. They do say that it will increase the blood flow to that area, which kind of makes sense. You can see definitely there's a lot of blood flow going through there, breaking up all the blood vessels inside there, causing that hematoma. But at the end of the day, it feels good. Like, you don't have to worry about this. And the good thing about these is that it's automatic. All you have to do is turn it on and place it wherever you want. You can just place it there, place it here on my arm, and forget about it. Like right now, it's gonna do its thing. It's gonna go through all the cycles and do whatever it's gonna do. And generally you wanna leave it there for about 5 minutes and then move it to a new place. And you can buy a 1 or 2 pack. The 1 pack is about $179. If you buy the 2 pack, it's $299. I would suggest you to get 2, because it's just easier and faster to treat yourself if you have 2 of them. If I'm doing 1 hip, I wanna treat the other hip. Or if I'm doing 1 shoulder, I wanna treat the other shoulder. So that's what I'll do generally, opposite ends of the body. Or even if I'm working on my hip and it really hurts, I'll put 2 of them on there. And like I said, all you gotta do is stick it on there and forget about it. Like even on your back, if you can't reach your back, you just have to stick it wherever you want, and it's gonna stick right there, and just let the unit do its thing. So does this work? Like I said, I think time really healed me more than these things, but they felt good. It took away some of the pain when I was using it. So in terms of taking away pain, distracting me from the pain, feeling relaxing, it works for that. Just like a massage gun. Massage guns, there's not a lot of backing behind those, even massages, but it feels good. And at the end of the day, if it feels good, you're gonna use it more. And I've been using these pretty much every day. If you guys see my hip, you'll see it's super red. I don't want to show that because I don't want to be banned from YouTube, but trust me, I've been using it all over my hip, and yeah, I enjoy these. So how long does the battery life last on these? It lasts about 3 hours, so that's a long time. I've actually had to charge them because I've been using it so much, but 3 hours is gonna last you. If you're using them every day, probably gonna last you 1 week. I've been using them for 10 to 15 minutes every day, and my body definitely does show that, especially in the areas that are hurting. So who are these cuppers for? I think these are for people who are interested in cupping and don't want to have that little pump thing from Amazon, or just want to treat themselves easily at home. These Achedaway cuppers are really user-friendly. You just have to stick them on whatever part is hurting and forget about it. Leave them on for 5 to 10 minutes and you're treating yourself. I've even walked around with these things on. It's just easy to use. There's nothing for you to do. You just have to stick it on and forget about it. So that's who it's for. What are my pros and cons of this? Well, the pros are going to be, number 1 is that it feels good. For me, whenever I wanted to distract myself from pain, I just put it on that area. And because it's doing this thing, sucking up that skin, sucking up that muscle, I'm forgetting about the pain. I'm just feeling this thing do its thing. So that's the best thing about it, is that it feels good. Number 2, the ease of use. You just have to stick it on whatever body part you want and forget about it. I'm telling you, it's crazy how easy this thing is. You just have to turn it on and forget about it. My next pro is that it's a nice quality build. This is plastic, everything is plastic, but it feels well made. It doesn't feel like it's super fragile. I actually dropped them when I went walking around with Anna the other day, and it survived, so pretty durable. I wouldn't want to drop it too many times, but it's pretty durable, so it is well made. So those are my 3 pros. What are my cons? The con is gonna be these little red marks. This is not something that you want all over your body. Even though it does feel good, you will have a whole bunch of red marks all around your body, especially if it's exposed. Like if I went to the gym, which I probably will tomorrow, now I have these red marks on my shoulders and it's gonna look a little weird. I'm sure people know about them, so it doesn't really matter, but it is a little weird to have red marks all over you on your body. My next con is that it is a little pricey at $299 for 2 of them. It's $179 for 1 of them. Like I said, I would suggest you get 2 of them just because it'll be faster for you to treat yourself. And I do have a discount code. It is Goku Runner 10. That'll get you $10 off of that. So it'll actually be $289 for you if you buy 2, or $269 if you buy 1. The price is a little up there, but I haven't seen anything out there like this, especially with the smart features. And there is an app. I have an app for it. But, you know, I think that it's easy enough to use without an app. The benefits of the app is that it will show you your battery life on these things because there is no battery indicator on here. But other than that, the app it's okay. You definitely don't really even need it. I've used it once or twice and I would just rather use it without the app. My next con is that for some people, they're not gonna like it. Like, I used it on Anna. She did not like it at all. Like, if you don't like a little bit of pain during your treatments, it probably won't be for you. Like, the first setting is pretty rough, but like I said, I got used to it and now I'm using level 5 now, but it is a little bit rough on you. You just have to deal with a little bit of pain. If you don't like pain, it may not be the thing for you. So yeah, that's gonna be all my pros and cons. What I'm gonna give this as a Goku Runner score, I'm gonna give this a Goku Runner thumbs up. I like it. I like using it. It's very easy to use and it feels good. And at the end of the day, if it feels good, I'm gonna use it more. And I have been using these a lot recently. So I like them. Goku Runner thumbs up. All right, guys, let me know what you guys think about these cuppers. Would you buy these cuppers? Is this something that you're interested in? Do you want all these little red tattoos all over you like me? Let me know in the comments down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.